Hello again, everyone. Josh here with Northern Frogger. This morning I'm just about to feed all the fish tanks, so I thought I'd take you around and show you how I do that. Alright, so first we'll do the Tenopoma acuta. These are the leopard bushfish. And acuta basically translates to sharp nose. And you can kind of see in the side profile there where the name comes from. Really like the patterns on these guys. They remind me of when I had saltwater, I had a panther grouper. And these guys kind of remind me of that guy, but these guys stay at a much more manageable size. They max out at about 6 inches, where that panther grouper can get up to like 2 feet. Which I didn't know at the time when I got him. So he definitely outgrew the 90-gallon tank that he was in. Had to get rid of him. But there's one that's a little bit bigger. These guys are growing quite a bit. I'd say they've probably doubled in size since I got them. Maybe a little bit more. But I've kind of named them. The slightly bigger one is Bebop, and the smaller one is Rocksteady. If there's any Ninja Turtle fans out there. And definitely cool fish where they kind of sit vertically in the water like that with their tails curled over. And the theory is that they basically look like a dead leaf floating through the water, which serves two purposes. Basically provides them camouflage from larger fish and kind of hides them and allows them to sneak up on the smaller fish that they would want to prey on. So they're kind of doing their little hunting thing right now. So we get some frozen bloodworms to put in here. So I think they might be a little bit freaked out by the camera there, because they usually go at them a little bit more aggressively than that. So some of them have kind of made it down into the substrate, but they will kind of go along throughout the day and clean all of those up. Yeah, they will go along like that and pick all the extras off of the substrate. So you can kind of see there, these guys catch their food by opening their mouth really quickly and basically creating a vacuum that will suck the fish or whatever food right into their mouth. I love the eyes on these guys too. These big eyes that they kind of move around. You can see them watching you all the time. They are a little bit shy. They spend a lot of their day hiding back in the structure of this rock and wood. But they definitely come out when it's time to eat. And they do seem to be getting bolder as they get bigger, which I think is the case for a lot of fish or a lot of animals in general. Alright, let's move on down here. And feed these guppies. Now, sorry, I know this glass is a little bit scratched up. That's from when this aquarium was actually a saltwater tank with a sand bottom, and using the algae scrubber picked up a bit of sand in the magnet, and then before realizing it, brushed it back and forth a couple times and put some pretty good gouges in this glass. It actually doesn't look as bad in person as it's showing up in camera here. The camera really catches the reflection off of those scratches, but you don't notice it nearly that much in person. So we'll put the rest of these bloodworms in here, I think, and so that was not as exciting as I was hoping. And these guys are maybe freaked out by having the camera in their face too, as they usually go after food a lot more aggressively than that. But they should go along and pick those off of the bottom. With the fry up here, still doing pretty well. I want to see what they will do with the bloodworm. So these little guppy fry sure go after him. We'll give these guys a little bit of dry food as well. So I've been feeding them a combination of fluval bug bites and New Life Spectrum Grow. They really seem to love the bug bites. So even like the small fish formula is a little bit big for these guys, so just kind of crush it up as much as possible with my fingers as I'm putting it in there. So you can see these guys mowing down, they're all starting to get little bellies on them. And now for this one, the little nano tank. These guys are definitely looking hungry. Give them the last of the bloodworms here. I don't know why nobody's going after the bloodworms today. Usually that's their favorite food. They just go crazy for them. But I'm guessing it's just having the camera here is freaking them out a little bit. But Bubbles is gonna go down there and pick away at him. It does take him a while to find him because he is nearly blind now, I think. Those scales overgrowing his eyes. That's kind of why I named him Bubbles. Not because he's a bubble nester, but because he reminds me of Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys, with his eyes frosting over there. Kind of makes him look like he's got the Coke bottle glasses on. But he will clean up quite a bit of those. And these guys will probably go down, and these guys mostly like to feed in the water column, but they do kind of go through as a school, or they kind of shoal along the bottom picking up little leftover bits of food or little microorganisms that are in the plants. If you look closely, sometimes you can see little white flecks moving around in the substrate here. Some kind of little crustacean or something, like copepods or something like that. But these emerald eyes' favorite food is definitely these bug bites, I think. So we'll put a bit of that in there. The camera definitely doesn't do a great job of picking up all the iridescence that these guys have. When the light hits them the right way, they really shine. But I'm really liking this aquarium. Lots of activity in here with all these emerald eyes. And everybody's getting along pretty well. I don't see any fighting or fin nipping ever. Actually, the worst aggression out of anybody, I think, comes from that celestial pearl danio. He will flare his fins at the emerald eyes quite a bit. And kind of try to chase them a little bit, but never really amounts to much. I'm pretty sure these emerald eyes can outswim him. Alright, well that'll do it for today's video. Not quite as exciting as I was hoping. I think all the fish were definitely freaked out by having the camera sitting in front of the tank there, because they all usually feed a lot more aggressively than that. But yeah, that'll do it for today. But I can't do a fish feeding video without doing a frog feeding video. So you guys can look for that coming up pretty soon. So subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to get notified when that comes out. And like and share if you haven't already. As always, thanks a lot for watching. I'll talk to you next time. Happy frogging.